So, what if one of the most powerful industrialists on the planet decided to just give it all away? Today, we're going to dive into the incredible life and legacy of Ratan Tata, a man who built a global empire, but left behind a legacy defined by something else entirely: empathy. Just look at this number. This is the personal fortune that Ratan Tata pledged to give away in his will. It's a final, truly breathtaking act of generosity that really cemented his place in history. So how do you even begin to understand a decision like that? Well, to really get it, you have to look at the principles that guided his entire life. And his story, interestingly enough, doesn't start in a boardroom. It starts on the factory floor. Yeah, you see, his journey to leadership wasn't just handed to him. It wasn't paved with privilege. It was actually forged in the heat and noise of a steel plant. And that's what shaped a leader with real grit, not just an heir with a famous last name.
Despite that famous name, Rotten's upbringing was anything but typical. He was raised by his grandmother and educated abroad, which gave him this really unique mix of a global perspective and a fierce sense of independence that would pretty much define his entire career.
And get this, his first job wasn't some cushy management position. Nope. He started right on the shop floor of Tata Steel. And that wasn't just a job. It was a foundational experience. It gave him this incredible, ground-up understanding of the business and a deep empathy for the people who made it all run, a quality that would become his signature as a leader for decades. So when Ratan Tata took the helm in 1991, he inherited a well-respected Indian company. But by the time he stepped down, he transformed it into a global powerhouse. I mean, just look at these numbers. Over his 21-year leadership, the company's growth was, frankly, explosive: a 40-fold jump in revenue and a 50-fold leap in profit. This wasn't just steady growth, it was a total reinvention of the company. And this right here, this is the core of his whole strategy. He took a company that was mostly focused on Indian commodities and masterfully steered it onto the world stage. He turned it into a global brand where the majority of its income was coming from international markets. And he wasn't afraid to make some seriously audacious strategic moves. I mean, acquiring iconic brands like Tetley Tea and Jaguar Land Rover. These weren't just business deals, they were bold statements that Tata had officially arrived on the global stage. But his vision wasn't just about global conquest. It was also about serving his own people. Take the Tata Nano. It was born from this desire to make cars safer and more accessible for the average Indian family. Now, the project definitely faced its share of challenges, but the vision behind it really speaks volumes about his priorities. And that very same drive to serve, to put people at the heart of the equation, that's what truly set Ratan Tata apart. For him, compassion wasn't some PR move, it was a core business value. He was an absolute giant of philanthropy, especially in education. And these weren't just donations. You could think of them as strategic investments in the next generation of innovators, leaders, and thinkers. He was shaping the future, not just for a nation, but for the world. But it's often in a crisis that you see someone's true character. And his response during one of modern India's darkest hours, well, it revealed the profound depth of his humanity.
He didn't direct things from a safe distance, from some boardroom. No, he stood there, right outside the hotel, a silent, powerful presence in solidarity with his employees, his guests, and his city for 3 long days.
And his compassion was so personal. It went way beyond corporate statements and checks. He personally visited the homes of all 80 affected employees, making sure their families weren't just compensated, but that they were truly cared for. And here's the thing, this wasn't an isolated act of kindness. It was a thread woven through the entire fabric of his life. His empathy was a constant, whether it was on a national scale or just for a single stray dog that needed help. And it's this unwavering compassion that brings us right back to where we started, to a final act of generosity that was the ultimate expression of his lifelong values. So while a massive portion of his fortune went to a new charitable foundation, what's truly remarkable is that the majority of it was thoughtfully and personally given to the individuals who had actually been part of his life. It was a powerful statement, wasn't it? A testament to his belief that a true legacy isn't built on monuments of steel and stone, but on the lives of the people you touch. And the details of the will, wow, they're just so moving. He provided life-changing sums to his household staff, completely erasing their debts and making sure their futures were secure. He even made sure his beloved German shepherd, Tito, would be cared for the rest of his life. A small detail maybe, but it tells you everything about the depth of his heart.
Ratan Tata's life really challenges our modern definition of success, doesn't it? It leaves us with this really profound question. What's the true measure of a life well lived? The wealth you pile up or the legacy of kindness you leave behind?